So here I am, and upgraded the game to 0.23.5, and somebody's gone and start flinging asteroids all over space. I really don't have too many plans for things to do with these asteroids right now. I mean, that one's making kind of a U-turn right there. It might be worth taking a look at. See this other one we took a look at. It's actually do have one set up for a collision already in a few days, but I think I'm just going to ignore it for now. We'll work on that later. I've got other things like some basic infrastructure in the form of space station and stuff that I need to do before expanding my space program. So here's the plan. We've got our first module of the space station. We're going to launch it using SPORK 10, no longer experimental. I had a rude awakening here, kind of a surprise in that I launched SPORK 10 just like normal, but the thing is barely controllable. It's flopping around all over the place. And also I went to, jettison the external fuel tank, and it didn't jettison like before. It looks like it actually does need some separatrons. But we made it to orbit anyway. Hit the button, the action group, in order to shut down the main engines. They did not shut down. The controllability issue traced down to being the fact that these things were not gimbaling. They were not trimming the way that I had whenever I hit the action groups. I think maybe there's something I wasn't understanding about action group extended, but we're going to figure that out. Any case, we got Station Module 1 up here to a 200-kilometer orbit. In spite of the controllability issues, I chose the name for it because it's going to be the beginning and the end point of many adventures. This is Station Adventure. That is its name. I think it's a good name. It'll serve us well. Decided to come back to Kerbin, and in the middle of this whole re-entry, I had another surprise. Apparently, Ferrum Aerospace Research, in updating to the new version of the game, one little glitch: we can't get the equivalent airspeed indication to show up above the nav ball. No airspeed indication. So I had to judge the re-entry by looking at Mach numbers and temperatures and things like that. Ended up severely undershooting the same old target of Kerbal Space Center. Go ahead and set up for a landing out here in the desert in this the other continent. Didn't even get the correct continent, but kind of a rough landing, but it worked. Jeb's smiling. Jeb liked it. Still, so far, you realize that so far in the course of this program, we have yet to crash a SPORK 10. But yeah, we landed over there on that peninsula. So there's definitely still some work that has to do until we get this whole landing fine-tuned. But yeah, that's how much we got through. Now we're going to be recording live whilst we work on the next bit. Okay, so one issue that we encountered on that previous launch, really that was kind of surprising, is so many things, little things, went wrong. But we still succeeded in the general mission. Yeah, one of the things that happened is that our empty external fuel tank failed to separate, so we need to experiment around with a lot of these. Got a bunch of lateralatrons. Wonder what the difference is. I haven't played with a bunch of these. Thrust 10, thrust 45, thrust 10. Oh, I see. Retrotron, huh? So it looks like these are the ones that I'm after. Let's get it. There we go. Like that. And turn mirroring on. Alright, so that's definitely going to push in the correct direction. How about the other side? Aha! See, it does not mirror correctly. Now I'll just copy that. Put it over there. Which button? That button. There we go. The actual project for the day... so we've got our first segment of our general use space station. The Adventure Station is up there. It is unmanned. I believe that part technically has the capacity to hold 2 Kerbals. It wouldn't be very comfortable, as there's no windows or anything. But so it's unmanned for now, and I'm not planning on putting any Kerbals in that piece. Before I put any Kerbals up there, I've got something else that I want to do. We're going to take the good old stock, the 2-meter command pod, carry 3 Kerbals. I need a way, first of all, to serve as a kind of lifeboat. You have a way to get my any Kerbals who are at my space station need a way to get back down to Kerbin anytime that they really need to. I also intend to use this as a means, this is going to be a part of a common component of whatever vehicles I'm eventually going to send to other planets and whatnot. They always need a way to get back home. I'm thinking that what I'm actually going to do, though, is I'm going to put, say, like a decoupler. And man, that's ugly. Look at that. Does that bother anybody else how far that thing hangs over the edge and how ugly and unaerodynamic that ends up looking? Am I the only one that's bothered by that? I don't know. Is there another option? Something that we could do? I don't know. Here, let's take a look at some. And let me see. It needs to go the other way around, doesn't it? So it'll come off. No, wait a second. What am I thinking? I need to put the parachute on there, then the decoupler. Great. Yeah, this could have been a fiasco. Next size. That looks better. And we'll keep all the all the kind of default settings for that. Here we go. Close that one. Grab this. Okay. Yeah, make sure that thing is flipped over upside down. And toss that on there like that. Is that too ugly for me to deal with? I think it may be, actually. If I'm going to be covering this thing up inside of a payload fairing, it doesn't have to be aerodynamic. Let's take that off of there. Oh, wait a second. I'll still need the decoupler. I don't know. That's actually not so bad, is it? Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to keep it like that. That works okay. I think doing it flat, because it's going to be inside the payload fairing, I think this is the least ugly option. Okay. Yeah, we'll just okay. Decision's made. Stop waffling about it. And let me see. We'll need some RCS ports, right? Turn this on. How much is the whole thing weighing? Alrighty, the thing is still just under 5 tons. So that's the part that'll come back and it'll re-enter. There we see, we have a decoupler custom made for this. This one. Yeah, like that. We're still too heavy with all that, huh? Because we're up here at 11 tons. On the other hand, we could just forget about making this have any engines. We can stick with my original idea. Yeah, that's making more sense. Okay, so 1,400 monopropellant, 20,000 electric charge. Seems very reasonable to me. Let me see. That's right. I need to change the color on this thing because I kind of made a decision. I'm going to use this blue texture. I want that one to represent RCS tanks. Here we go. Keep a little bit of color and everything. All right. Save what I have. How many parts are we up to now? Yeah, 23 parts. Perfectly acceptable, you ask me. Let's make this the root part. Good. And save it as a sub-assembly. Yeah, maybe it seems kind of backwards to be doing the space plane first and then the capsules, but see, realize the design of this thing. It has one pilot. There's no room for any crew, any other crew, any passengers. Let's go and load this up. Our 3 Kerbal capsule. Flip it around this direction. Hello. It almost looked like it was going too far in there. All right, that works. Yeah, and we're going to do some operational tests of this device, make certain it's all working correctly. Okay, so staging-wise for this thing, how's that doing? We've got all these decouplers and whatnot. Okay, that is all set up correctly. I like that. Let's fix our struts here. So again, yeah, this is still, in my mind, is kind of some of the baby steps with things that we need to get put together, get it working correctly before moving on to, you know, the more grand portions of the adventure. I mean, the last flight demonstrated that even our SPORK 10 is not perfect. Not yet. Oh, wait a second. What was I forgetting? Crew-wise, how are we going to do this? Okay, yeah, in the Mark II cockpit, Jebediah Kermit. My plan is that our three originals here of Jeb, Bill, Bob, that these guys are going to be our launcher pilots, but for the other crew, we're going to be some of our custom Kerbals. Here, you get over there. Tabular Ken, Higgs Boson Kerman, Floyd Lavender. You three are going to be our first guinea pigs for the 3 Kerbal capsule to see if that thing works correctly. Sure, let us know if it doesn't. Nah, I'm sure everything will be fine. There's nothing to worry about at all. No, I can't believe I did that. Can we Control Z back out of it? So while we're waiting for it to load, the actual plan for this is this capsule is not going to stay attached to our the adventure station. I want to do this is a flight test. The caps, I want the 3 Kerbal capsule to get up there. I want it to decouple from the launch vehicle, and I want it to navigate around space a little bit on its own, and then I want it to dock to the station adventure. I want it to undock, and I want it to deorbit and land 3 Kerbals. These are the goals for the overall mission. Here we go. Let's see. Let me see. Last time we were having some problems with Action Group, so let's just make certain that's working correctly. Let me see if I can highlight in here, see if these things are going to... Yeah, I think it's part of our problem that we were having with the Action Group edit was you just needed to like turn the Action Group edit mod on, and you know, you just had to open this window and close it again, and our action groups should work after that. And I should be able to... Oh, except for that one weird thing. It's got one extremely weird thing happening, which action... Oh, now it's not even... doesn't even have it in there. Hang on, guys. Action Group 1... Yeah, actions, edit. Yeah, edit, action group, this engine, and that engine, and that engine. That action group 1, I want you to toggle the engine. Thank you. Okay, and cease editing. And that should work, right? And it does. Good. Okay, now, finally, we should be ready to go. All right, Jeb. All right, all the rest of you guys. What, we don't get to see the other guys down here? Guess not. Let's go. 4 Kerbals going into space this time. Solids are almost done. Yeah, I don't need to mess with separatrons and those solid boosters. I just pitch forward just slightly, just as I detach them, and there's no risk of them hitting the wings. So that makes me plenty happy. But let's go ahead and light the OMS engines. Give ourselves a little more thrust. You know what I forgot is to turn this thing off. Let's turn that off. That's good. Let's pitch back a little bit more on this gravity turn, and also try to get us more onto the 90-degree line. Fix this inclination error. There we go. Like a degree and a half off. Come on. Apoapsis already above 92. So that's up in space. Let me see, we're aiming for our initial orbit. We'll put it to about 100 and see how we need to adjust. Actually, to give us range in case we need to go different ways, we'll aim for like 150. How about that idea? Again, these are things you probably should figure out before you launch, but I've never been able to work that way. Get rid of that FAR window now. Don't need that anymore. Throttle back a little bit. Let's not exceed the 3 Gs. It's kind of an arbitrary limit. I never have really, it's not like I did any math or anything to figure out what would be the best, but just, I know too much Gs is too much, and you have to put a limit somewhere. I figure, hey, 3 Gs, why not? The external fuel tank is almost done. And get to see how well our new and improved separatrons will work. Okay, throttle to 0. And stage this, see how well it works. Works very nicely. Here, let's roll this thing right side up, huh? There we go. And it's also staged the payload fairings, so now our 3 guys in the capsule, they get to actually have a view, get to see what's going on. How you guys doing in there? It kind of disturbs me. I don't see my crew portraits down here. Are they not in there? Crew hatch. Not enough crew. 0. I don't have any crew in here. How the hell did that happen? I thought sure I looked at that immediately before launch. Did I not? There's nobody in this thing. Well, that's a problem. Okay, well, this is why we improvise. Well, I'm going to have a different mission now. and it won't control itself. Okay, so what happened? We're going to get up to the space station, we're going to dock this thing, we'll leave it there, and we'll come up with another crew for it. Sure, it'll work. That's okay. Alright, close enough to circular for my tastes. One thing I can do and I've made some of these videos, and it's been so difficult to see what it's doing. I love this ambient light adjustment. Yeah, so there's the stock game's lighting setting is like somewhere around there. You can barely see stuff, and there I can make it look like full daylight. I don't know, maybe that's a little bit too much. Here we go. We'll give it some mood lighting. You can tell it's night. It's nighttime. But you can still see what's happening in the video. So I think that's just about right. I wish I knew why this thing wasn't full of crew. I remember going and selecting on all of them. Did I, load the thing again? Maybe I should get in the habit of checking it, immediately before launch or something. I must have done something wrong. Okay, so inclination is fixed. We're in a circular orbit, or in a lower orbit, so we're catching up. Now the next thing is, I know we'll do a maneuver node, so I know eventually we'll be thrusting prograde in order to get up there. Let's try this. Apparently, if I remember right, we're supposed to be able to just scroll a mouse wheel over this. Yeah, and you can see that does things prograde. How about that, huh? So much that these tiny little fiddly bits don't really make a difference. I should stop messing with it. Yep, we'll stop messing with it. Okay, so node in T-minus... I'm not used to these big differences. 2 days. Yeah, we'll do that burn in a couple of days from now. Whoops. Yeah, that never happens over just regular size Kerbin. Okay, lock it in place there. That works. We're upside down, but I don't care. I wonder, is this little speck, is that the station? I bet you it is, actually. Taking a look at that whole perspective. At the sun, yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah. With this mod that I'm using, that I can't, the extended visual settings, whatever. Yeah, you can see distant specks for, not only for distant planets, but also, and also does but also for other vehicles. And it does this effect. Ain't that just about nifty? Because really, if your eyes are full of this bright planet, you're not going to be able to see these dim stars. But if you're looking away from them, you could, unless you look at the sun, in which case they disappear again. I like it. It's a good mod. I wonder why do we have this little X over here? Oh, that's to shut the whole thing off. Oh, I hadn't seen that before. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I didn't realize I was to kill the whole maneuver node right there. Well, that's okay. I knew I was within just a few seconds. So tell you what, we're just going to go ahead and burn prograde now. Get it up to 200 kilometers. Hello? Yeah, okay, it's trimming out. Alright, right about there. See, what do they think that's going to do for us? Intersection 1, separation 2 kilometers. Yeah, that's even closer than everything we planned. How about that, huh? Yeah, in T-minus 33 minutes we'll be there. Excellent. So since it's pulling ahead of us now, I could actually do it right now, couldn't I? Let's go ahead and burn right now. Alright, yeah, Apoapsis kind of got away from us, but we can make it work. Good. Alright, let's kill that thing to cease confusing matters. Coming up at our very soon. In less than a minute, we'll be at our close point of very close approach. Okay, here is the docking port I'm aiming for. That one right there. Good. Line up with my docking mark. Almost ready to kill that. Yeah, let's kill that lateral velocity like that. Hey, we've got all our arcs lined up. Thrust forward some. Very, very close. No, to the right. And it's kind of bumped the curb, wobbling around. Bang. Alright, good. Well, that part worked correctly, huh? Let's at this point, let's control from here. Good. Okay, well, that was all exciting. It's kind of gratifying that I suppose I still do remember how to dock. I've never was as practiced at this as many, but yeah, it still works. It's all lined up straight and everything. And really what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate this thing. We're going to go for a re-entry. I really don't feel the need to keep on recording with commentary all the re-entries because I think we're close to becoming what I always wanted, was for that part to be routine. So, yeah, I mean, I'll record it in case something happens, but I'm not going to be making a big deal over it. But we're going to have to run another mission, come up here with a crew for this thing. Probably another mission of exactly the same capsule, because we'll want to have one that remains here as a lifeboat, but I'll run another one up here that I want to test it, make certain that it can re-enter okay. And also I want to get practice at aiming those on this rescaled system. You know, something else I've never tried. Whenever I wasn't recording, I did the small capsules, but never one of these. Matter of fact, here too, we'll do some of this now. Let me see, we are, oops. Yeah, control from here. Good. And now, let me see, where's this docking port? Right here. Decouple that node. Oops, now we put our control over here. Again, control from here, thank you. RCS is on. We're just going to thrust straight backwards. Very, very gently decouple from that. Okay, well, it's the beginnings of a space station anyways, huh? Yeah, that works. Okay, yeah, we'll do a re-entry. We'll come back with a crew for this and probably another module. Yeah, well, we'll come back, yeah, not record rent. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.